So in the last session, we had discussed about introduction of Python, like how we can install Python, what is IDE, Python differences, Python basics versus advanced, post-content discussion, and so on. In this session, we start with also we have discussed about variables. In this session, we will start with the data types, mutable and immutable, typecasting, and some other factors. Do you have any doubt regarding the last session?
No, no, teacher.
So let's take a recap of variables. So what are variables? Variables are the container where we store values. And we have certain rules for naming the variables that are known as naming conventions. After variables and naming conventions, we have some data types. Now, what are data types? Let's say we have value a equal 10. So 10
Mhm.
is a value here, equal is assignment operator, a is a variable here. So data types are like the mechanism or a concept which tells us what kind of value we are storing inside a variable. So that is, data types will tell us that what is this value, what kind of value this is. So that is data type. Like what kind of values we are storing inside any variable, that are data types. Okay, for example, let's say this 10. 10 is a number here. Okay, so 10 is a number is a data type. Let's say we have this John here. So John is a data type, which is John is a value, and this John is a string data type. So string is a data type. So in Python, we have various data types. First, we have these strings. Then we have these numbers. Inside numbers, we have this float, integers, and complex number. Then we have Boolean values. Okay. So strings are, what are strings? So any set of characters inside single, double, and triple quotations that are known as strings. So
Mhm.
basically, we have this John. John is a string because John is inside quotation. So here we have the single quotation. Let's say with this apple. Apple is a string here. Let's say with this John. John is a string here because this is inside double quotation. And let's say we have this statement. Python is a programming language. So this is also a string. So any character you find inside Python, if it is inside single quotation, double quotation, or triple quotation, that is a string. Okay. So now let's say we have this number here, 12. Now 12 is basically a number for us, but for Python, it is a string. It is just a set of characters. So this is not a number for Python. Okay, it is a string only. And let's say we have this characters, a special character. So we can use anything inside this string. Like we can put any characters, any alphabets, any numbers, any special character, even the spaces. If we are putting spaces, so that is also inside quotations. So this is also a string which contains spaces. Okay, so any character you find inside single quotation, which is this one, double quotation or triple quotations, these are all known as strings. And inside string, we can put any kind of character. Then we have this numbers. Inside numbers, we have three types of numbers. Float are decimal numbers. Let's say we have this 2 to 22.45. Or let's say any number which contains point. So this is known as float. Even this number, 5.0. So this is also a float number. Okay, so float number are like decimal numbers. Integer numbers are like real numbers. Let's say any number. Okay, so even negative numbers and so on. So integer numbers are like you can see non-decimal number. Float numbers are like decimal numbers. Then we have complex number. Complex number like a combination of character, like real number and complex number, which is let's say we have this 1 plus 2j. So 1 plus 2 J is a complex number here, and 1 plus 2 is a real number. Like complex number, combination of integer, or we can say number plus string or character. So it is like a complex number. Like, for example, we have this equation 4. So now we can solve this. So it is a complex kind of equation. So, and this is a complex number. We mainly use float and integers in Python. We rarely use complex number. Okay. Then we have this Boolean. Now Boolean is different. Inside Boolean, we have two values only, which is true and false. Okay, so these are like data types. We have many other data types like list, tuples, dictionary, set, frozen set that we will discuss later. But now these are some common data types. Then we have one more function which we can check what kind of data type it is. For example, we have this a equal, let's say number 1 equal 12. So now I want to check that what kind of data type 12 is. So we can use type function here. So type is a function which tells us about the type of data type. Okay, the value is, or the variable contains. For example, we have this, we can write here print type of A here. Okay, type of A, sorry, type of number 1. Okay, so let's see in practical. We can open this file now. Mhm. Okay, so what we can do, we can create some new variables here. For example, get this name equal. Now this name is a variable and John is a value. And what is data type? What kind of value we are storing inside a variable. So John is a string and string is a data type and name is a variable here. Then we have this number 1, let's say 43.5. This is a float here. Let's say number second, let's say 5. 5 is an integer here. And then with this number 3 equal 1 plus 2j. This is a complex number. Okay, and let's say Boolean underscore 1 equal. Boolean values always start from capital letter, which is true. So here in the true, T is capital. Same as let's say if we have this Boolean underscore 2 equal false. So we Boolean contains two values only, true and false. And whenever you are naming any Boolean, make sure that will start only from the capital letter. If I mention here small letter, so this will makes no sense. Okay, it is a simple value, not a Boolean. So whenever we want to use Boolean, it always start from capital letters, which is true and false. Now we can print all these one by one. Like let's say print, we can first print name here, and then we can copy. And here we have this number 1, number second, number 3. And then here we can put Boolean, Boolean 1 and Boolean second. Okay, so if I run this, we will have the values of these numbers, okay, like these variables, John and so on. 43.5, this one complex number, true and false. Now, how we can show that what kind of data type they are? So simply we can put type before name. We can put type here and parenthesis, like this one. Okay, so here if I print, now instead of the value, previously we are having the values, but here we are having the class string because here we are asking about type of this particular variable is. So it is a string here. Means this particular variable contains string. Same as if I ask here type. And same as here. And we can put here as well. type. Okay, so if I run this one, you can see variable number 1, which is name, is a string. Strings is like short for str. So here I can write string means short for str. Then we have this numbers. Inside number, float is float only. Integer is integer, but short for int. Complex is complex only. Boolean is short for bool. Okay, so it is short for bool. So if I show you, see, it is a float number. First number. Second number is integer, which is this one. Third number is complex number, which is this one. Class complex. And Boolean number is Boolean, which is Boolean number. So here you can see, we can check the type of variable, this particular, sorry, type of data the variables are storing with the help of this type parameter. Okay, type function. Is it clear? This much?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Questions? Then let's discuss some more data types. Okay, like we can have a quick summary of other data types. Like we have this list here, then tuples, then dictionaries, set, and frozen set. Okay, now here there's a drawback with these data types. If I show you, let's remove all these. For example, I have this number. Let's say number 1 equal. Now inside number 1, I want to store two numbers. Like let's say 5, 6. Now this I cannot do because this will throw the error. If I store two numbers together in a single variable, this will throw me the error. Okay, so this here invalid.
Mhm.
What I can do is we can use number 1, comma, number second equal, then value 5 and 6. Value 5 for number 1 and value 6 for number 2. That I can do. Or what I can do is I can also do number 1 equal number 2 equal 5. Now number 1 and number 2 contains same value 5. So these are valid. Okay, here we are creating two variables with two values. This is valid here. Or here we are assigning same value to two variables. So this is also valid because number 1 is equal to number 2. So whatever the value is inside number 2 is equal to number 1. So that is why number 1 and number 2 contains 5 only. So these are valid, but this one is invalid. So what if I want to store multiple values to a single variable? So there comes these like data types, which are list, tuples, dictionary, set, and frozen set. So what is list? So if I create here list underscore 1. So list contains multiple data types. Inside square brackets. Let's say here I can put name of the fruits. Okay, now here you can see we are storing three values, apples, grapes, banana, inside a single variable list underscore 1. Even with this string, we can also store numbers. We can also store float here. We can also store complex number. We can also store boolean here. Even we can also store here list inside list. Okay. So here you can see inside these data types, we can store multiple kinds of data types. Okay. So first we have this list. So list, here we can write the characteristics of list. It can store first multiple values and of any data type, which means the list can store strings. List can also store numbers, which is integers. List can also store float number and Boolean values or any other data type like list inside list, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see we have this list, this single list inside this whole list. So list can store any kind of values and any number of values. That is one character. Second character is it is enclosed while with square brackets. Okay. So it's stored inside square braces. For example, this one. So this is a list here. Secondly, we can write here, lists are mutable in nature. These are mutable in nature. Now, what is mutable and what is immutable? So we have another two concepts, which is mutable and immutable. Now, what is mutable? Mutable is like the values we can change, which is changeable. Immutable, simply unchangeable. Okay, for example, let's say you have created this list here. Now, after creation of the list, let's say I want to change the value of grapes here with any other value. Okay, changing values means we are not changing from here. That is not changing. That is just, we are just modifying this list. That is not actually changing here. Let's say I want to change the value of this grapes here, which means I cannot touch this list now, but I can change values of this grapes here. Okay, for example, let me show you an example. List underscore one, and here I can put index value one. Okay, and then equal value. Okay, so if I print the list underscore one, so this is before modification, sorry, after modification, and this is before modification. And here, if I run this one, you can notice. Previously, this is my list, which contains apple, grapes, banana, and this one, these values. After changing the, this grapes, we have this berry here. So this means we can change the values of any part of a list. So that is why it is mutable in nature. That is the means of changing here. Now, what is one here? What is very like how we are changing? That we will discuss later in detail. But now I want to show what is mutable and what is immutable. Like we can change the value of any element. Apple is an element. Grapes is an element of a list underscore one. Banana is an element. So these are known as element of a list. We can say element or we can say values. So if we can change the values of any data type, sorry, of the list, that is mutable. Okay, after creation, if we can change, that is mutable. For example, here this is my list, and after creation of the list, I am printing it. After printing, I am changing the value of the value number one, which is this one, grapes here. So this is very now. So here I can manage to change. So this is an example of mutable data type, which means lists are mutable in nature. We can change the values of or elements of the list after creation. Now, how we can change it? What is one here that we will discuss later. Okay. So lists are mutable in nature, and mutable is which can be changed. So here we can put here lists are mutable in nature. Okay. Then we have many features in the list, like they can contain duplicates values and so on, that we will discuss later in detail. But for now, this is a simple example. Okay, like a introduction to like a brief overview on these data types. So let's start mutable in nature. Then we have tuples. Tuples again, we can copy this one. The same thing here for the list and tuples. So tuples can also store multiple values and any data type, and they are enclosed inside parentheses, or we can say round brackets. And they are immutable in nature. Like we cannot change tuples. For example, if I this is list, if I create a tuple underscore one equal. Now here I can use round brackets. Okay, round brackets means these are tuples. Again, we can store any data type. So here I am just copy the stuff and paste it here. You can notice there's no difference in the items inside list and inside tuples. Inside tuples also we can store anything, any value, any kind of value, and any number of value. Okay, like tuple inside tuples, list inside tuples, tuples inside list, and so on. So we can store anything. But the difference here is in the list we are using square bracket. Here we are using round brackets. Lists are mutable, tuples are immutable. For example, if I print here tuples underscore 1. Okay, so this is a simple tuple. Now let's say I want to change values of this grape again. Okay, let's say I want to change here. So what I will do, I will just put the name of the tuple underscore 1 and index number. And let's say I want to change it from grapes to berry. And if I print again, you will see this will throw me the error. Okay, if I run this will throw the error, which is tuples object does not support item assignment. It is like we cannot change the values of values of the tuples inside the whatever the tuple is. We cannot change the values, which means tuples are immutable in nature. We cannot change any of these values of these tuples. Okay, like we cannot change elements here. In the list are mutable. We can add values, we can remove values, we can change values. Like we can replace elements. But in the tuples, we cannot add any value after creation. We cannot remove any values after creation. And we cannot replace these elements from any other value, which means tuples are immutable in nature. Okay, so this is tuples. Then we have dictionaries. Dictionaries are known as key value pairs. And they are again inside curly braces. And they can again store any kind of value and any kind of data type. For example, if I remove these, let's say we have this dictionary underscore 1 equal. So they are inside curly braces, these are the curly braces. Now let's say these are the combination of key and value pairs. So first with the key, which is name here, let's say. So name is a key here. Value here is, let's say, John. Okay, comma here. Age is a key here. Let's say 18 is a value here. So here you can see dictionaries are like a form of JSON format. They are inside curly braces and they are the combination of key value pair. Name is a key. John is a value of name key. And they are separated by a comma here. So this is one key value pair. Name and John is a one key value pair separated by a comma. Then we have this age. Age is a name here. 18 is a key here. And here you can see one key value pair is separated by a comma here. And this is my second key value pair. And each key and values are separated by a semicolon here. So that is why we say that dictionaries are the combination of key value pair. It is same as the JSON format. Okay, so this is one key value pair and this is second key value pair. Inside dictionary also we can store anything. For example, let's say fruits here. Fruits is a key here. Let's say inside fruits I am putting a list here. Let's say list of fruits. Just we have this apple, grapes, and banana. So now fruits is my key here, and this entire list is my value here, like a one value. And this list contains three elements. Okay, if I print dictionary underscore 1, okay, here you can see name, John, age 18, fruits, and this one. Okay, so we have this name is a key, John is a value, age is a key, 18 is a value, fruits is a single key, and this single list is a one value, which contains other three elements inside list. So we can store any number of key value pair, any data type. Okay. Now if I check the type of dictionary here, so here this will tell us it is a dictionary, class dictionary. Same as you can do with the list underscore 1 and list tuple underscore 1. Here we can use print list underscore 1 first. And here we can print type of here we can print type of list underscore 1. Okay, same as we can do with the tuples. We can first print tuple underscore 1 and then we can print type of tuple underscore 1. So if I run this one, so here you can see this is my first list and this is classes list. This is my tuple, classes tuple here. And then we have dictionary here. Okay, so this is how we store data types. After a dictionary, now dictionaries are mutable in nature, which means we can change the values of the keys here. Okay, which means dictionary are mutable in nature. For example, if I want to replace name and John, just 1 second. Okay, and here, so here we have this name and here we have this John here. So name, now we can replace the value of this key also and this value also later on. Okay, so this is like mutable in nature. So dictionaries are also mutable in nature. We can change the values of keys and we can also change keys. Then we have set and frozen set. Now set again, it is same. Let me copy here. Set can store multiple values and of any data type first. And secondly, it is enclosed with round brackets. Set can store multiple values, but not of every data type. Okay, like set can store strings, numbers like integer, float, tuples. Set can also store booleans. Set can also store another set, but it cannot store that list or tuples. Okay, that we will see in detail. So here set can store multiple values. It is enclosed with curly braces. Okay. And they are mutable and immutable both. Now how it is possible? So let me show you an example of a set. For example, we have the set underscore 1. Okay. Now these are inside curly braces. Now these are simple values. Let's say here we have this. Let's say we have this apple here. Cherry here, let's say, and let's say this grapes here. Let's say this number here, some float number, and so on. So this is a set here. So set, if I print set underscore 1, and if I print a type of set underscore 1. Okay, so this is a set here. Apple, this is a set. So set are inside curly braces and they are set. Now set are mutable and immutable both. How it is possible? So see, here we have this apple, cherry, grapes, numbers, and so on. These are elements of the set. Apple is one element, cherry is another element, grapes is another element of this set and underscore 1. So now what we can do in the set, we can add items and we can remove items within the set. For example, if I want to add another item, let's say add value 5 to set underscore 1, or I want to remove, let's say grapes from set. Okay, set underscore 1. That I can do. Okay, that I can do. And this makes set mutable in nature. Because what is truly immutable? Immutable means we cannot change elements, like we cannot replace element just like in tuple. In the tuple, we cannot replace grapes with berry. We cannot add elements, we cannot remove elements. So that is truly immutable. But here in the set, we can add elements and we can remove elements. So that makes set immutable. Okay, mutable. Then, but we cannot replace elements. Okay, for example, if I want to replace the value of cherry with grapes, that we cannot do. So this makes set immutable in nature. Okay, that is why we can see set are both mutable and immutable in nature. We can add items in the set, we can remove items in the set, which makes it mutable, but we cannot replace element within the set, which are immutable in nature. So in the conclusion, we can say set itself is mutable because we can add or remove, but the elements of the set are immutable in nature, which means we cannot change or replace the current elements from the set. Okay, so set are of this nature. Now, because of this nature, now set are both mutable and immutable. Because of this nature only, we have frozen set. What is frozen set? Frozen set is like truly immutable. It is another form of set, but the nature is truly immutable, which is we cannot change elements, we cannot add elements, and we cannot replace elements, just like tuples. Okay, so here we have set. We have other more like we have differences there, like what is the difference in set, dictionary, list, or tuple, and we have other data like characters also. Like in the set, we set in the set duplicates are not allowed, and so on. So we have other characteristics of the each data type here that we will discuss later. So this is just an overview of each and every data type here, which is list, tuples, dictionary, and set, and frozen set, and the concepts of mutable and immutable. Is it clear this much?
Yes, Mr. Teacher Babia, one more question about the top tuples. You know, the age equals to 18. What do you call that? That's what do you call the value, or the sample of age equals to 18.
Uh, 1 second. Which one?
Which one go down? Yeah, no, up.
18. This one.
Yeah, what do you call that again? That's a
This 18 is
value
an integer number
integer.
without integer, without
Oh, without
decimal.
double quote, without double quote. How?
Yeah. And here we have this, let's say, number 1 equal 45.8. So this is a
That's
decimal
quote.
one. So this is float here.
Yeah. What about the age? Did you put a double quote? That what do you call that again? And then equals to 18.
Yeah. And then we have this, let's say, number second equal 18. Now this is not a number. This is a string here. Okay.
String now, yes.
So any character you find inside double quotation, single quotation, or triple quotation, those are string only. Now this is not a number. Okay, this is a string only. So let me prove you like why it is not a number, why it is a string. So see, let's say we have two numbers here. Number one equals 2, number second equal to. If I add number 1 plus number 2, number, so what we will get 4 here. Okay, we will get 4. So if I run this one, we will get 4 here, this one. But what if I put a quotation after number before this one?
That's a string now.
Now these are becomes a string. And if I add 2 plus 2 here, like string plus string, that will concatenate, which is 2, 2, not 2 plus 2. So here you
Mm-hmm.
can see it is 2 and 2. So you can see the difference in the numbers and string. Here we are adding, if we add numbers here like before, for example, like this one, let's say this is number 3 and number 4. And if I put here 2 and 2 here. So this is we are adding numbers, which is simple numbers, 2 plus 2, which is 4 only. But
Mm-hmm.
here, if I add strings plus strings, so this will known as concatenation.
Concatenation.
Concatenation is a process of adding strings together.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are adding strings, not numbers. So that is why we have the result 2, 2, not 2 plus 2, which is it is combining 2 and 2 all together, but not adding it. And here we are actually adding the numbers. Okay. For example, let me show you another example. Let's say this name here. Here I can put my name. And let's say we have this last underscore name here. Okay. Now these are string. This is a string because it is inside quotation, and this is a string. Now if I add here the string together, which is name plus last underscore name, so you will notice my name all together. Okay, without a space. So this is known as concatenation. My name all together. Okay, so whenever we are adding string and string together, that is known as concatenation. which is just putting the strings side by side, combining them. And whenever
Okay.
we are adding numbers, which is simple numbers like number 3 and number 4, so these are actually numbers for Python. So that is why when we are adding 2 plus 2, they are 4 only, not 2 and 2. Okay,
Okay.
is it clear the
Teacher,
difference?
no,
Yeah.
Teacher Babia, can you go up a little bit your sample? Can you go up backwards? Okay, stop. Okay, do you see that dictionary one? This is the age is there's a double quote. What do you call that? The
Okay, okay.
dic one. This is the age. There's a double
Age.
quote. Then 18. What do you call that?
This is a key value pair. Okay.
Oh, mhm.
Age is a key, but actually you can see age is a string also, right? Age is a
Yes.
string also, and it is a key also. And 18 is a value, and it is a number, which means number 18 is a number value. And age is a key, and it is a string. Same as name and John. Name is a key here. Then we have semicolon and John. John is a value here. So name and John both are strings only. Otherwise,
Three.
if I remove a string from here, so this will throw the error because you cannot put anything without quotation. For example, if I use your name equals John, so this will throw the error because for Python it is nothing. For Python it is just some other like you can see character which have no meaning for the Python. So whenever we want to put any character, any name, number, any kind of sentence, any alphabet, we have to put inside quotations. Then only Python can understand. Okay, so we have this John and then quotations. So this is a string here. Then only Python can understand. If I remove here quotation, so we have this key here name. It is still a key, but have no meaning for the Python because it is not inside quotation. So if I run this, you will notice it will throw the error. Yeah, see, name is not defined because it is thinking that name is somewhere a variable because we put variable without quotation. So it is thinking that name is a variable, not a string or
Okay,
not
got
a
it.
key. So that is why we put quotation here. Okay, like this one. It can be single quotation, it can be double quotation, anything. So
Okay.
here we have this single quotation. So you can also put combination of single quotation and double quotation like this one together. Okay. Okay, so this is name and this is John. So name
Mhm.
is a string only and it is a key also and John is a value also and a string also. Is it clear?
So yes, the age is a string, and then the number 18 is a number.
Yeah, a integer
Okay.
number.
Integer number, yes, integer number. Okay, okay, clear, Teacher Babia.
So we can take a recap of the data types. So what are data types? Data types are like what kind of value we are storing inside a variable. For example, 10. What kind of value it is? John. What kind of value it is? So we are defining with the help of data types. We have three types of data types, mainly strings, which are inside any character, inside single quotation, double quotation, triple quotation. Inside string, we can put anything, even spaces, special character, numbers, and anything. Then we have numbers. Inside numbers, we have again three types, which is float, which is decimal numbers, okay, like pointing numbers, integer without points, which is simple real numbers and negative numbers, and complex number, which is combination of real number and imaginary number. J is a imaginary number and 1, 2 is a real numbers.
Yes.
Then we have booleans. Booleans are combination of true and false, which contains two value true, which is capital true and false. Then we have type here. Type will tell us what kind of data type it is. For example, I want to know what is 12 here. 12 is a number, it is a string, or it is a boolean. So I can use type to check what kind of data type my variable is storing. Type here and number one. Okay. Then we have list here. So it can store multiple values and of n data type. So these values, whatever we are defining, these can only store one value at a time. What if we want to store multiple values? In that case, we have this list, tuples, dictionary, and set. And we have this frozen set. So list is like it can store multiple values at a time and of any data type. For example, this one. Okay. Even it can store list inside list. And they are mutable in nature, which means we can change it. We can change the elements, we can add elements, and we can remove elements. And they are enclosed inside square brackets. Then we tuples. Tuples can store again multiple values of any data type. It can enclosed inside round brackets. And they are immutable in nature, like purely immutable. Dictionary, they are key value pairs. They are inside curly braces and they are mutable in nature. Set, they can again store multiple values. They are enclosed inside curly brackets and they are both mutable and immutable both. Okay, like this one. And what is mutable? Which we can change after creation, and immutable, which we cannot change after creating of any particular data type. Okay, so these are some common data types. Now with these data types, we have operations also, like adding, concatenation, replacing values, uppercase, lowercase, like we have numerous operations with each and every data type, except Boolean and numbers. That we will discuss later, like the operations, which is known as manipulations, like tuple manipulation, dictionary manipulation, and so on. Even this is just an overview of list, tuples, dictionary, and set. We have a lot more of list, tuples, dictionary, and set that we will discuss later. These are like a brief overview. And that's it. We have these data types only. Apart from this, you will not find any other data type. Okay, like we have this string, numbers, boolean, list, tuples, dictionary, set, and frozen set. That's it. Apart from this, we have no data type in Python. Okay. Now we can move to one more concept, which is known as comments.
Okay.
Now, what are comments? Anything not noted by Python interpreted. For example, I have this whole file. Okay. Let's say, let's say we have this entire file. Okay. Or let me give you an example. Let's say I print here, print hello world. Okay. So if I print, it will print me hello world. Okay. Now this is the Python. Now Python is noting this particular line number 1 to 1. Okay. But if I put a slash before Python, okay, a slash before Python, sorry, print, if I run this one, you will notice nothing here, no output here, because this is now become a comment here. Now, what a comment? Comment can be anything which is ignored by the Python interpreter. Now, these are all comments here. You can see we are writing a lots of code here, but we are not getting any output here. Why? Because these lines are ignored by the Python interpreter. Okay, now Python interpreter cannot read these lines because these are comments now. Because you can see a hash before each and every line. So these are comments. Now, what is the purpose of the comments? Comments are mainly used for making the notes. For example, let's say we have this print here. Now, let's say you want to tell me about the meaning of the print. Let's say the print is a function used for printing or displaying something. Let's say you want to write this line, and you want to keep this line in this file only. Okay, so this is a note here for a reader. If anyone is reading your file, even this is a note for you yourself. You are just putting a name. Let's say you are revising your concept, and you keep on mentioning what is the meaning of print, what is the meaning of data type, what is the meaning of full list, etc. Like a noting format. So this is a note for yourself or for the reader. Now, if I run this one, this will throw the error. As you can see, this red color lines. Because Python is taking all these character as a part of it. Okay, like function, is, print, etc. So Python will throw the error because these are the wrong syntax. Okay, if we want to use function, we cannot use like this one. So this is a wrong syntax. But we want to put a comment also, like a note also. So what we can do, we can put a slash here. Now this becomes a comment. Now this particular line will be ignored by the Python interpreter. And this line will not be executed by the Python interpreter. If I run this one, you will see no error except hello world, which is here. Okay, without comment. So this is the meaning of comment here, mainly for noting something, for keeping a track of something. Okay, that is why we put comment. And comment are very important as a developer or as a coder. Let's say you are writing something, you are writing a very complex code, and you want, let's say you are writing a code and you are submitting to any other developer or any other coder there. So whenever we are writing anything, we put a comment for each and every line or each and every set of lines. Okay. For example, we can put a comment like this one. So this is, let's say this is a line. Okay, this is a code here. And now you put a comment. This process, or we can say our process, is known as concatenation, where we add strings together. Okay. So our process is known as concatenation, where we add strings together. Now this is a note for you also, so that you can remember what is up, like what is the meaning of these lines, or you can putting a note for others also. If someone is reading your code, he or she can also know, okay, this is you are doing a concatenation process. Okay, so that is why we have comments here. Comments are mainly for commenting the lines, and that line would be ignored by the Python interpreter. And there's a shortcut. Now, how we can comment? We have two types of comment in Python, which is single line comment, and we have this multi-line comment. Now, what is single line? This one. So this
Mhm.
is a comment, which is coming in one line only. This is a comment. And what is
Yes.
multi-line? That is coming in multiple lines. For example, this one. So this is multi-line. Let's say this is a comment. Okay, so let me show you the example. Let's say this one. This is a comment. This is a single line comment. Okay, because it is coming in one line. If I write this one, let's say this is a comment. So we have to comment these lines as well. So that is why we put a multi-line comment. Okay, so we put triple quotation like this one. Like this one. Now these are triple, like, or we can say multi-line comments inside triple quotations. So if I run this, you will notice nothing here because these are comments only. So these are
Mhm.
like all ignored by the Python interpreter. So this is single line comment because it is coming in one line, and these are coming in multiple lines. So that is, they are known as multiple or multi-line comments.
Also
Okay.
using the triple quote, huh? It's the triple single quote.
Sorry.
So, Teacher Babia, so using the triple single quote, that is a what do you call it? Multiple
Multi-line
comment,
comments.
multi-line. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even we have a shortcut of commenting and uncommenting in uh, this VS Code, that is control plus slash for the
Okay.
comment, and for the uncomment, same control plus slash. For example, I want to comment this line. So I will highlight this one and then I will press control slash for comment. Okay, now it is commented. Same as I can put uncomment, comment, uncomment, comment like this one. So you can see the change of colors also. So this is uncomment. If I put again, so this is comment. So I am pressing control plus forward slash.
What's the uncommand teacher?
A shortcut. Okay, this is a shortcut
Yes.
for commenting as well as uncomment. Same.
Okay, same thing, same thing. Okay.
Okay, for example, let's say I want to comment the entire file. So I will highlight everything here, let's say this one, and I will click on control forward slash. Now this is all uncomment. Okay, and if I want to comment again, so I will press uncomment here, like this one.
Very
So these are like comment and uncomment. Comments are important for keeping the track of your file. You can put any note, any warnings, anything in your code file. And that particular command will be ignored by the Python interpreter. Okay, is it clear this much?
Clear, sir. Clear, teacher. Yes.
Okay, do you want to try something, or do you want to proceed with the syllabus? Like, you want to practice something? If I give some questions?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, teacher. Yes, you can give more samples. Yeah.
Okay. So what you can do now, here, we have to create a list,
Mm-hmm.
tuple, dictionary, and set. Second question is check the data type of above variables.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like what kind of your list will, like what kind of value your list underscore one will contain, your tuple, your dictionary, your set. Okay, you can do this task here. You can share a screen if you want. Otherwise, you can do, and you can share the answer as well. It's your choice.
Yeah. So okay, one more. Can you give again review again the tuple and no tuple? The tuple is the immutable, right? Unmutable.
Yeah, immutable.
Yeah. Dictionary is adding, right?
Yeah, matlab, it is like mutable.
Like immutable. Okay. Adding and
So what
set.
you can do, you can create a list, a tuple, a dictionary, and set, just like here. Okay. For example, this is list. Okay, because it is inside square bracket. These are tuple
Mhm.
inside round brackets, and then this is a dictionary. Let me copy these so that you can take the reference.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, set is a curly and then dictionary is a round bracket and then the tuple is a uh what do you call it, what bracket square bracket, right?
So list is a square
List
bracket,
and then tuple is a round
round.
and then who's
Dictionary
the
is
curly?
dictionary is inside
Oh,
curly
this
braces.
curly braces and the set is
Curly braces.
oh dictionary is the same, huh?
Yeah. The difference in the dictionary is they are key value pairs, but in the set they are straightforward. There's no key, there's no value, just elements. But in the dictionary, we have key also and value also.
Oh, in dictionary is a combination of a tuple and dictionary, huh? No, 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 the list
No,
because
dictionary
the
here, yeah. Curly
curly
braces.
the square bracket from the list.
So you are right here. Here in this dictionary, basically dictionary is not the combination of list or dictionary. It is just I have put a list inside a dictionary. That's it. Okay. It is like I am just trying to say that we can put any kind of data type inside dictionary, list and tuples. So that is why I put a list inside a dictionary to show you that we can put any kind of data type inside dictionary.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
Okay. But dictionary are like inside curly braces and key value pair.
Mm-hmm.
And then how we can check the type of the variables, we can simply use print type
Until
of
that.
and name of your variable. Let's say set underscore one, list underscore one, tuple underscore one, or dictionary underscore one. So this is how we can check the type of any data
Mm,
type. Okay, type here and name of a variable.
correct, yeah.
Okay, now you can create it.
Yes, I can create now and check the type of above. Okay. Wait, teacher, wait. Okay. So for this one, and then I can share my screen, right?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I can share my screen.
But if you share your screen, you will find like hard while like checking my code with your code. So what you can do, you can just check my code as a reference and write your code, and then you can copy your code and share on the chat. Or after completion of your code, you can share a screen. Otherwise, if you share your screen, and then you will not find easy while checking my screen also. Okay.
Okay, makes sense. So what do you want me to do now, teacher?
You have to create a list, a tuple, a
Mm-hmm.
dictionary, and set just like this one only. Okay.
Okay, let me do it first, mine.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. So let me do it, mine. So exit the full screen and then open my this one and then open this new file, Python. Okay, for this one and then this one. Okay, yeah, for the list. So hashtag create. Set one. This is very important, teacher. I need to practice so that I will memorize the commands, right?
Sorry.
So this is important. I need to practice every time to memorize these commands or variables. Or, the what do you call this? You know,
Anything. Yeah.
type. Yes. Okay.
Yes. This
Now
is for the practice.
this one. So teacher, in the value number, I can still use the even characters or letters as a value. No, that's a number, huh?
Yeah, yeah. We can store anything as a value also. Like we can put character, string, or numbers, anything as a value.
It means a value. Okay. Yeah.
Is it completed?
Almost, teacher. So now, last now. Five, yeah, yes. Okay, teacher, and then I need to run. Oh no. Happen. Okay, can I share my screen now, teacher?
Yes, please.
Okay. There's an error. Can you see my screen? Do you see my screen, teacher?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. Wait. Okay. Let me share my screen on this one.
Yeah, now it is visible.
So what's the error here?
Now you can see you have many errors here. First, line number 4 you have, which is list underscore 1. Here you have name red, yellow, blue, and A, B, C, D, E. Now A, B, C, D, E are the character. And as I said, you cannot put anything as a character. Whatever you are putting, that should be inside quotations. So A, B, C, D, E has no meaning for Python. So that is why we have this A, B, C, D put inside quotations. Like A
Oh,
inside quotation, B inside quotation, C inside quotation, and so on. Same as with the
oh,
list. Inside list underscore 1, we have another list, A, B, C, D, E, which is this one list, right? So also put this A, B, C, D inside quotations. So what you can do, put a quotation here, A on B, on C and D and E.
oh, so not allowed, huh? So from here,
Yeah,
so one
yeah,
by
a
one.
quotation. And after A, yeah, one more quotation. Same as with the B, C, D, E, E.
Okay,
Now with the list. Yeah,
this one too, teacher.
yeah, this. Even you can use single quotation as well.
Yeah, much better. It's faster. Okay, so this.
Exactly.
Save this. And there it run.
Yeah. Save your file. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
save this one. To my Python.
No, don't name this Python because Python
Okay,
has, you have another folder with the Python which contains the actual directory of the Python. So this will
okay.
overlap. You can name this Python underscore 1 or small case Python underscore 1 like this one.
So just like this first, right?
Dot P. Yeah,
.py.
save.
Okay.
Now you can run this file. Okay, so you have all your classes, which is list, tuples, dictionary, and set. So first
Mm-hmm.
one is a list, second is a tuple, third is a dictionary, and fourth is a set. Lists
Mm-hmm.
are lists are mutable in nature, tuples are immutable, dictionary are mutable, and set are both mutable and immutable both. Okay, is it
That's
clear
great.
this much?
Yes, clear, teacher. So that's better. But next time I will do more practice. Yes. Thank you.
Now
Thank
we
you.
can
So
move to
stop. Mm-hmm. Okay,
now we can
stop
move to
share.
another concept.
Okay, teacher.
So after comments, We have some like definitions. For example, we have tokens, keywords, identifiers, then literals. So here we have four terms here, tokens. So now what are tokens? So we can write here, tokens are the smallest value in Python. Like smallest value we can say or smallest type we can see. For example, everything in Python is a token only. For example, you heard of this statement that cells are the building block of human beings. Same as tokens are the building block of Python. Everything in Python is a token only. Okay, so that is tokens. But it is like just a concept. You can remember it. We never use tokens. Like tokens, frozen set is a token. These concepts are token. Comments are tokens. Like everything in Python is a token. Okay, like a building block of Python. But we never use token again because token are like the basic term we use. Okay, then we have keywords. Now, what are keywords? So here we have these words which have special meaning for the Python interpreter. For example, we have this print here. Print is a special keyword because print is used for displaying something. So print is a Python keyword because for Python, print has a special meaning. Okay, same as we have this print type. Type is a function here and type is doing something, doing a specific function in Python. So type is a function in Python which have special meaning for the Python interpreter. So those are keywords. So let me show you some common keywords. Keywords are like everything which have special meanings for the Python interpreter. So keywords Python. So here you can see these are the Python keywords like true and false, none, and, as, assert, async, await, break, class, continue, def. So these are all Python keywords. So they have a special meaning for the Python interpreter. Now we cannot use this Python for our purpose. For example, we want to name variables. So we cannot name variables after these keywords. For example, I want to name something. Let's say print equal FA. So this is wrong. This is wrong here. Now why it is wrong? Because I'm using a print special keyword as my own purpose, as a variable name. And even in the variable name, we have discussed that we cannot use special keywords as a variable name. Okay, so print is a special keyword which we cannot use as a variable name. So same as we have these very keywords, like these are the special keywords which have special meaning for the Python interpreter. And we cannot use these keywords for our own purpose because then Python will get confused. Okay, like Python will say that this is my keyword and you are using it for your own purpose. So in that case, Python will throw the error. Okay, Python will throw the error because you are using the Python keywords, Python own functions for your own purpose. So we cannot use Python keywords for our own purpose like variable name, function name or anything. We can use Python keywords as it is, as they are. For example, print. Print is used for displaying something. So we will use print for displaying only, not for any other purpose. Same as with this false here. We will use this false for specific purpose only, not for our purpose. Okay, and so on. So these are Python keywords. It is not compulsory to know the meaning of each and every keyword for now. Just remember these are the Python keywords which have special meaning for the Python interpreter and we cannot use these keywords for our own purpose. Okay. Then we have identifiers. Now identifiers are the naming of the variables we can say, functions we can say, classes we can say, etc. Now, variables are also known as identifier. You can think of identifier as a concept. Okay, it is a whole concept Inside identifier, we have variables. So we can say variables are identifiers only. What are identifiers? Identifiers are the name given by the user, not by the Python interpreter. Okay, so here we can also write names giving by the
Use.
user.
Mhm.
Okay, for example, as we see in the Python in the keywords, keywords are the special words for the Python. Okay, like named by the Python. Identifier are the special words named by the user. That is the difference. Okay, for example, identifier, if we have variables, we can name anything to the variables. Same as we have functions. Okay, that we will see later. Functions name, classes names. So we can give anything, any name to these particular variables, functions, or classes. These are known as identifiers. So identifiers are the concept which is like whatever the name is user is giving, that is identifier. Okay, for example, here a equal 1. So a is an identifier. It is a variable also, but at top of variable, it is an identifier. Because here we are identifying the value 1 with the help of a only. And it is an identifier because it is given by the user, not by anyone. It is given by the user. So that is why it is an identifier. So any name you find which is given by the user and it is a name of function, classes, variables, those are known as identifiers. Okay. Is it clear, the concept?
Yes, teacher.
Then we have literals. Literals are also known as data types. Simple. So we can say data types and literals are same. For example, data types we have string, tuples, string numbers, float, integer, and boolean values, list, tuples, set, frozen set. These are all data types. Same as we have string literals, numbers, and boolean. So we can just think of whenever you find literals, literals are nothing, just the data types. Okay, maybe you can encounter these names later on. Okay, like what are literals? So don't get confused. Literals are only data types. Or
Mhm.
we can say
Okay.
another name of data types are literals. Same as their
Mhm.
identifiers and tokens and keywords. These are important to remember. Okay, so that you will not get confused in any of the keywords or any of the concept. Okay,
Mhm.
then then we can discuss about the data types, which is list, tuples, dictionary in detail. So as we have discussed that one more thing is strings. Now what is string? A string can store one value at a time. Okay, like one value at a time, which means strings are mutable or immutable. So here we can see strings are immutable in nature, which means we cannot change the string. Okay, for example, let me show you this one. We have this name here. Okay, let's say Python. And let's say we have this name here, C++. Print name. So here we have first variable, which is name with the same variable name here. So this variable name will override this particular variable. Okay, which means if I run this, C++ will be printed here, like this one. C++ will be printed. Now this is not, we are changing. This is not changing. This is just we are overwriting. Oh, okay. For example, previously we have a name variable somewhere in the memory and that contains Python. And same, we have created another variable with the same name and this contains another value C++. So we are overriding the previous value. So this is known
Mhm.
as, we are simply overwriting the previous value.
Mhm.
That's it. It is not changing. We are not changing anything. We are not doing anything. We are just overriding the previous value. Okay. This is one concept. Second concept is, let's say this name here, again, Python. Now, why strings are immutable in nature? Because let's say I want to change anything like P. I want to change P to any other character. Okay, let's say I wanted to change this P of Python to Q. Okay. That I cannot do. Okay, if I show you, let's say name of 0, if I put Q here, so that will not going to happen. So this will throw the error. Okay, here you can see this will throw the error. String does not support item assignment, which means we cannot change any of the element. For example, let me show you this one. In the list, if I create a list here, _1, which is mutable in nature, let's say we have this value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say. Now, 1 is an element of the list. 2 is an element of the list. 3 is an element, or we can say a single value of the list. 4 is an element, 5 is an element. These are elements. Same as with a string, we have these elements. P is an element, Y is an element, T is an element of a one string. H is an element, O is an element, and N is an element. So what is mutable and immutable? Whenever we can change the elements, that is mutable, and whenever we cannot, that is immutable. So which means we are changing a character or an element in the string. For example, if I want to change 1 to 10, I can change it because lists are mutable in nature. I can change it. But if I want to change any of the element of the list, in this list, in the string, we have around 6 element. P, Y, T, H, O, N. These are elements. Okay, different elements. So we cannot change the values of the element. So that is why strings are immutable in nature. Okay, it is very important. Remember, strings are immutable in nature. Why? Because we cannot change the elements of the string. And what are elements here? P is an element, Y is an element, T is an element of the entire string. Same as in the list, 1 is an element of the entire string, entire list. 2 is an element of the entire list. 3 is an element of an entire list, and so on. Same as with a string, P is a single element, or we can say the first element of the entire string. Y is the second element of the entire string. So if you cannot change the elements, so that is immutable. That makes that particular data type immutable. And if you change the values, if you change the element, then that makes the particular data type mutable. Okay, for example, here, list is mutable because we can change the elements of the list,
Mhm.
or we can add values or remove elements. Elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can add 6 also, 7 also. I can remove 5 also, 4 also. So it's my choice. But I can change it completely. Same as with the strings. Strings are immutable because we cannot
Can.
change the elements. Now, what are elements? This P is an element, Y is an element, T is an element. Elements of the string. Or we cannot add or remove any element. For example, I want to remove n from this string. I cannot. I want to add another n. I cannot. So that is why string is immutable and list is mutable. Okay. So is it clear the difference in mutable and immutable and why strings are immutable?
Yes, clear, teacher.
Okay. So strings can store one data type, one value, and they are immutable.
Mhm.
Then we have this list. Now we have some more characters of the list. First, it can store multiple values of any data type. Mutable, we can add items. Here I can write change items, means change elements, remove elements, and add elements. Like this. More as lists are ordered in nature. They are ordered in nature. They can allow duplicates values. Okay. And yeah, and can store any of the data type. Which means order means, for example, if I create a list again, _1. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my order I am using. Okay, or let's say 10, 7, 8. This is the order I am using. So when I print my list underscore 1, the order will not change. Means the elements will not shuffle. If I run this one, you will notice the elements are as it is. First we have this 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, then 10, 7, 8. Same as here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 7, 8. Here the elements are not shuffling. That is why lists are order in nature. Okay. Then we have, they can also allow duplicates. If I put 8 3 times, and if I run this one, you can see 8 3 times as it is. So they can
Mhm,
also allow duplicates.
mhm,
Okay, so this is list. So these are the characteristics we have in the list. They are order in nature and they allow duplicated values. Then we have tuples. In the tuples also, we can store multiple values of any data type inside round brackets. They are immutable in nature, which means we cannot
Gonna change.
change elements, add elements, or remove elements. We cannot. Okay. So that is truly immutable. And again, they can also allow duplicates. Okay, duplicates values. And then they can also order in nature. Okay. Which means they are also order in nature. If I show you the tuples, we have this tuple underscore one. Let's say tuples are inside round brackets. If I put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say. So if I run this one, tuple underscore 1, so you will see the same order as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the order you have created. Okay, so this order will not change every time you run the file or run your tuple. Same as it can also allow duplicates value. Any number of duplicates value. Okay, you can see 5 times, sorry, 4 times 5. So it can also allow duplicates value. Then we can come to the dictionary. Dictionary are key value pairs. Okay, they are again order in nature. Okay, they are mutable, which means we can change elements, add items, add key value pairs, or remove key value pairs. Okay, like in the dictionary, you cannot singly remove any value. For example, let's say we have this dictionary here, dictionary underscore 1. Inside curly braces, let's say we have this name here, John. Let's say this age here, 18. Let's say we have this language here, which is, let's say, English. So if you want to now, dictionaries are mutable, which means you have to do operations all together with a key or value. Okay, which means if you want to remove a single key, okay, like this one, you cannot. If you want to remove, you can remove key value altogether only. So in the dictionary, this is one key value pair. This is one element of a dictionary. This is second element of a dictionary. And third element is this one. So it is a combination of key value pair. So whenever you want to perform any operation like adding or removing, you have to do together. Like you have to add any key value pair. So you have to add key and value together only. Same as you want to remove any key value pair here, then you cannot remove only language. You have to remove English also. So that it is removing. But yeah, you can change values singly. For example, you want to change John from any other value, that you can do without changing the key, and vice versa. You want to change the name here without changing the John here, that you can do. Okay, for example, I want to put name with last name, that I can do without changing John here. Same as I want to change 18 here without changing the key, that I can do. But whenever we come to adding or removing, we have to do together. If you want to remove anything, you have to remove entire key value pair. Same as if you want to add anything, you cannot add any value singly. You have to add with the key also. That is key value pair. Okay, so let me make a note here in the dictionary. So whenever we have to add or remove anything from dictionary, that we have to do together. Okay. Together means with the key value pair, like in the pair.
Mhm.
Okay. So you have to do together means with a key value pair. And whenever we want to change values, change, let's say anything like key or value, then we can do singly. Okay.
Mhm.
Like you want to change key, then you can do without touching the value. If you want to change value, you can change value without touching the key. That you can do. But whenever we want to add or remove values, that you have to do we have to perform together only. Okay. Then dictionaries are order in nature. They are like in the sequence only. And dictionary do not allow duplicates.
Mhm.
Duplicates keys. Okay, not values, keys. For example, you can see the order nature. If I print here the dictionary underscore one. Okay, if I run this one, you will notice as it is dictionary without any change in order. But if I, let's say, if I add another age here, age, let's say 25. This I cannot do because age is another key here and age is another key. So we cannot duplicate keys here. But we can have values like, for example, we have this age and age. Age is a key and age is another key. That cannot be having. But we can also, but we can duplicate values. For example, we have this score here. Score is another key, but value is same as age, which is let's say 80. This we can
Mhm.
do. So if I run this one, you will see 18, 18 here also. But we cannot do with the help of keys. We cannot duplicate keys. If I put here age here, okay. So you can see we have this name here, age here, and language here, but not the last one, not this age here. If I put here,
Mhm.
let's say age and any other value, let's say 25. So you will see no entry with this particular name here. Okay, you have this. Now you can see your age. This age overrides the previous age. You have this name John, age. Basically, we have
Mm.
put 18 here, but after this one, we have put another age. So this 25 overrides this 18
Over
here. So we
the
have 25 here. And language English, which means we cannot
mm.
put duplicated keys here. That cannot be allowed. Okay, by dictionary. We can put, here I can write, do not allow duplicate keys, but permitted allow values. We can put values like 18 all together, but not keys. Okay, so is it clear this much?
Yes, clear teacher. Yes. That's
Then your
good.
set again can store multiple values. Now they are unordered in nature. They are unordered in nature. Then they also do not allow duplicates.
Duplicates.
And they are enclosed inside curly braces. They are both mutable and immutable both.
Mhm.
And yeah, unordered means if I create a set here, let's say set underscore one equal. See, I am putting everything in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I run this one, print set underscore 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order. If I run this again in order. So let me put anything else. Let's say A here, B here, like this one. If I run this one, you can notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, AD, 1 to 5, they are in order. Why they are not coming? Let's try. Now you can see the order is changed. Our order was apple, cherry first, then 1, 3, 4, 5, and then A and D. But here you can see it is coming 1, 3, 4, 5 first, apple, then A and D, and then cherry. So they are not in order. If I
Yeah.
run this again, the order will be shuffled again. Okay, you can see 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, then cherry. Before it was apple and A and D cherry, but here we have this cherry, D, A, apple. If I run this again, order will keep on shuffling. Now you can see 1, A, 3, 4, 5, D, cherry, apple. So you can see the order is keep on shuffling here. Again, if I run, we have this 1, 3, cherry. The values and elements remains the same, but the order will keep on shuffle whenever you run your file. Is
Mhm.
it clear this much? This
Yes, clear,
order part?
teacher.
But if
Yes.
I put up here another value, let's say 1 again. So here I'm adding 1, 1 again, and let's say 3 again, and let's say again apple, like this one. So we have this 2 apples, 2 times 3, and 2 times 1. If I run this, the duplicates are not allowed. So we have this 1 one time only, 3 one time only, apple one time only.
Mhm.
Okay, not 2 times. So that is why
Mm.
duplicated values are not permitted. Why this set?
Mhm.
Okay, so these are like the characteristics of set. These are like the main characters for each and every like data type.
Data
Then we have
types.
frozen set. Now, frozen set, we can write set elements are both mutable and immutable. But so that is why we have frozen set, which is fully immutable. Okay, so frozen set also shares the same property as set, except the mutable and immutable. Frozen set are both mutable and immutable, but frozen set only immutable. If I show you how we can create a frozen set. So first we have to create a set. For example, this is a set. Then we have to convert this set into a frozen set. And how we can convert? Let's say frozen set underscore one. So here we have to use a frozen set constructor, brackets here, and then name of your set, which you want to convert, set underscore one. And then we can create a type of frozen underscore set, frozen set underscore one. So you will notice now this set becomes the frozen set, class frozen set. So this is how we create the frozen set by using the frozen set constructor. If you find
Mhm.
your set, now set are basically both mutable and immutable. So if you want to perform, if you want, let's say you want your set to be fully immutable, then you can use frozen set. You can create your set, then convert your set, a simple set, into your frozen set by using this frozen set as a constructor here. Frozen set underscore one is a variable and frozen set is a constructor here, and this will convert set underscore one, which is this particular set. And you will see no difference if I print frozen set underscore one. So it is similar to set only, but the main difference is it is fully immutable. Okay, you will see no difference except this frozen set. But again, this frozen set is like fully immutable. And set is both mutable and immutable both. That is why we have frozen set. This is like the main like the reason we have this frozen set, because it is fully immutable. Is it clear this much? Any
Yes,
questions?
clear, teacher. Yes.
Okay. So now let's continue tomorrow. Okay. I think that's
Okay.
it for enough.
Mhm.
Rest we will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we will start with the operators in Python and some typecasting features. Okay, that we will see tomorrow. Any
Okay.
questions you want to ask?
No, no question, teacher. Thank you very much.
Okay, and please practice on the given concepts. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay, I will share the
Yes.
recorded session as well as this file and this
Ye-
Python file.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you again,
thank you so
teacher.
much.
Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. Thank you.